Got a new toy. It's a contraption that you hold onto the camera with, and it's supposed to stabilize my videos. So let me know what you think. We're going through a learning curve here. Time to feed babies. It's a beautiful day again. Strong breeze though. The wind is out of the south, and so that's a good thing. Let's see if I can get you a picture of those trees waggling around. Can you see them blowing? Some of them over there. Oh yeah, it's a strong wind, not just a little breeze. And I don't see any babies here. Interesting. Where did they go? Cowie cowies! Oh, there they are, way over there. Okay, zoom function. Not working. Ambi! Coco, Stella, and Cujo in the rear. You ready for your oats, babies? Okay, let's see if we can give these guys their oats. But they're ready. We got some pine cones to get rid of though. Look at. It's dried out. That's how much the wind's been blowing. The grain trough is completely dry, which is a good thing. They don't like it when it's wet, but once it's dried up again, they do. They like it better that way. Off of here. Got this new handheld toy. It's a gadget that you clamp the phone into, and then it's supposed to stabilize your video so that. And I took it out of the gadget to film you guys, to film the grain in the trough, and then put it back in and had to recalibrate it because it wasn't zooming in and out. But now apparently we're zooming. So bear with me. Maybe we'll get there. Oh, you ready for some more? Okay. Don't you ram me. Yes, he's got quite a large belly, and I don't know what that's about. Oh, he's a good boy, yeah. You ready for some hay, mister? Stella? Whoops. In we go, out we go. It's a nice warm day. You can tell the cows are very comfortable. She's awfully fuzzy looking, isn't he? Are you fuzzy? Huh? Yeah. I don't learn new tricks well. Now you see, I have to, all this nasty that's on my boots, I have to wipe it off. I don't want that in the manger is what you call that thing. We should do that. you should go over to in the old barn, because it's close to Christmas time, and you know, the Christmas story, Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem and there was no place for them to stay, and so they stayed in a barn. They call it a stable, and that's a barn. And Jesus was born in a manger. I'll show you. If you don't know what a manger is, I'll show you what a manger is. Some stuff gets down in there and it's still coming off. Should do the twist here. When it's frozen and cold out, this isn't a problem because that stuff doesn't stick to your boots, but you have to really pay attention to that. When it's muddy, you'll spoil a bunch of hay and they won't want to eat it. Trust me, that's how that'll work. All right, let's see what we can do here. As I push it in, the fines end up closer and closer to where they eat. And so then they clean up the fines. That's what happens. They gobble it off the bottom there. And then you push in some more and they get some more. But that's why I have to kick it at the edge here, because it helps push the fines in. There you go. Koji, get it. I don't know about this new gizmo. Guess we'll have to see. So, the zoom function. Dots and Bambi are still over at the grain there, cleaning that up. It's interesting. They know when they've had enough. It's not over there having grain. Got enough grain, just like you. When you eat, is it good, Kojo? So we'll go over into the old barn and we'll see what the manger is. But then I was thinking, when Jesus was born in that manger, and when there were cows and stuff in there, and this was the sound. The sound of animals eating. No cars going by. But can you hear the crunching? I used to, when I was a little kid, we used to feed our cow. We had a milk cow. We fed her in the barn and in the manger. I'll show you. And I used to, near Christmas time, I'd hear her. It was less noise, and so you could hear them munching away. And I used to think that must have been what it sounded like. Cujo. All right, they've got quite a bit of hay here to clean up. nice green stuff and some pines on the bottom. So I'll leave them to it for a few hours. Then we'll come and get them a nice bale off of here. We've just about got rid of the hay that was from the previous year. Let's get this tied around here. Wow, look at how could that happen just by wind? That's quite something. Huh. So we just about got the I think it's only from here down. This is the last row of the previous year's hay, and then it's all hay from this year. But we're on our I think that's the third row of bottom bales. 1, 2, 3 that we've got used up now, and there's probably 2 more under there. All right, so the tarp looks good. Check both sides here. And now it matters because I don't know if you can see this droplet right here. That's what's the snow on the top is melting, and it's trying to find somewhere to go. And if you have your tarp steered, you know, all that snow will melt and run onto your hay, and you'll have wet hay. So you have to do your due diligence. All right. Our work here is done. Let's head over and I'll show you the old manger in the little barn. Is it good? Well, those guys left you with quite a bit, didn't they? You get it. Good girls. So what happens, cows, they're greedy by nature, and what will happen is Dot, she will shoulder Bambi out of the way and try to hog it all for herself. Cows have a simple rule: right after me, you come first. Bambi's decided it's time for hay anyway. There she goes. Okay, to the manger. One knuckle down. Perfect. All right. Should we go see, Finn? Let's go see. Make it? That's a boy. And that's the loft up there. We used to store hay up there, but it's very laborious too. You have to back the load of hay up in front of the barn here, and then somehow toss it up there and pile it, and then you just throw it back down next year. I'm like, meh. But when we used to feed in the barn, there's a hatchway in the floor right there. You can poke the hay down there, or in the other end, I don't know if you can see that little hatchway up there. You can poke the hay down there, and then the hay falls down in here, and you spread it out. And the animals, cows or whatnot, stick their heads through here, and then they can't get in because it's narrow at the bottom, and they don't try. Or you can, this thing is adjustable with, it's got these nail pins, and you can slide this board around and then put the pin back in. Then you got the cow trapped in there, and she can't back up. And they get very used to that once they. This locking mechanism is called a stanchion. You want to go in the stanchion, Finn? Should we try it? Bet you wouldn't like that. And once they get used to that, having the head gate, it's the head gate in the stanchion assembly. They just stand there once they know they're in the head gate, because they know it's just temporary, and you have a bucket of grain and some hay and everything they could want in there. And so here it is. There's our little stable. And so Mary and Joseph couldn't find any place in the inn to stay, and so this would have been Christmas Eve. They were wandering around Bethlehem trying to find an inn to stay in, and there wasn't any. And so one owner of an inn said to Joseph, well, you can stay in the stable. And so that's what they did. And then there was some hay in the manger. That's the feeder part of the stanchion on the other side. In there is the manger. And there's some old saddles from harnesses and stuff from work horses back in the day. And so Joseph and Mary came, and they made a little bed in the manger. And that's kind of the place where Jesus was born. And there would have been animals eating, and they would have heard that munching sound that we filmed earlier. So there you go. That's the manger. And I would imagine there would have been a barn stable would have things like, what they used in those days. This is some old horse harnesses and a collar. This is back from the days when they logged with horses at the big farm. And there's some headstalls there with the, I can get over there to show you. Yeah, that's the, you've seen pictures of those horses, and they have those things called blinkers on that are over the sides of the eyes, so the horse can't see what's to the left or the right. It can only see straight ahead. Those are called blinkers. That's the blinkers. Because the horse sees something and spooks to the side, but if there's a blinker on there, then they can't see that whole side of whatever they're looking at. They can't tell it, right? And so then they look over there and they see something and jump away, and so they put those blinkers on them so they can only see straight ahead. You sure? You put your head in there, then it'll clamp you. Lots of old harnesses and stuff. I don't know what we're going to do with that. There you go. That's some history. Let me out, Finn. So there you see it. That's the manger. Place just like that where Jesus was born. Or something very similar. A manger is a place where they put the hay for the forage animals to feed them when they're during the evening or winter months. There we go. So happy Christmas Eve, everybody. And wherever you are. Have a happy day. We'll see you next time. Look at that. There's some green grass right there. Hasn't decided it's not going to freeze. It's going to fight it.